Welcome to another edition of the Asian Seller Podcast. I'm your host, Meghla Bhardwaj. Hi, Karthik and Kamal. How are you doing today?
We are doing great. Magla, how are you doing?
I'm doing great too. Hi, Karthik. All right, so we're going to be talking about data today, guys. And I'm more of a creative person. I like the product development side of selling on Amazon, or doing the graphics and the creatives and everything. But we all know that data is really what drives the business. And if you don't analyze your data properly, then it can really result in you losing a lot of money and not being profitable. So super interested in understanding what kind of advice you have for Amazon sellers on using data. But let's talk about introductions first. So now you guys are from a company called Quick Metrics, but let's understand, where your backgrounds are and what you were doing before Quick Metrics, and we'll talk about Quick Metrics as well. So Kamal, why don't you start? Tell us about yourself.
Yes, Magla. So I'm Kamal. I'm one of the co-founders of Quick Metrics. I have been in this technology business for more than 12 years now. So over the years, I have worked with a lot of clients. In solving their business problems using technology. So software is a very powerful tool. So that can transform your business from a level to a very different level. Just one software can take you from one level to another level very easily. So I've been enjoying this journey of solving problems for my customers so far. And Quick Metrics was born when we came across the problems of sellers, particularly Amazon sellers. So the shortcomings they have, the problems they have, and then this idea was born, and that is when I, along with my co-founder Manived, we started Quick Metrics with the objective of making a seller's life easy. So that's how it's going, Megla.
Right. And Karthik, what about you?
Yeah, so I'm Karthik, product manager of Quick Metrics. So I have been in this industry for more than 6 years. So I have hands-on experience in coding as well as managing product from end to end. So throughout this journey, so I have worked with multiple entrepreneurs from small scale to the large scale to understand their day-to-day business problems. So I use the technologies to solve their problems, so that they can concentrate on business, which is a core area. So without spending more time on their problems. So when Kamal and Manivel came up with the idea of Quick Metrics, so I was pretty sure that it's going to be a winner. So I know that it's not that easy to develop an application to solve all the day-to-day activities and problems of Amazon sellers. So we took it as a challenge and build that Quick Metrics from the scratch so that sellers can actually concentrate on their business instead of worrying about their reportings and other problem areas. Yeah. So from the day we started, so it's getting better as we progress.
Right, makes sense. So let's start talking about data. Now, in your experience, what are some ways that Amazon sellers can actually use data to increase their sales and also to improve their profitability?
Yes, so before I get into specifics, I would like to highlight that for data and insights are the best indicators of your business situation. Whether you are in a success route or in a failure route, it all you can identify it with the data. So irrespective of which business you are in, whatever domain you are in, whatever business you are doing, data is very important. So it's very important to measure and track so that you can understand your business and improve from where you are already. So that is where the importance of data lies in. So probably you would have heard the term data is king, data is the new oil, probably at several places. Like that's been told many times by many people. So that's the same case with Amazon sellers too, I would say. So here too, data helps you in understanding your business. So you need to have your data, your analytics to understand the behavior of what is selling, what is not selling, what is your top selling product, what's your top selling collection or design, depending on your business, and who are your customers, and what is the returns, how is the returns going for you, and what are the reimbursements you are supposed to get, how are your expenses with Amazon FBA and other ad expenses are going. So all these are data. So if it is very small, you can track it manually, but once you start growing, you will not know where you are standing unless you have the data on your fingertips. So you need to have all this data with you so that you can make plans for your future. Like you can plan your advertisement, you can plan your growth, you can plan your next product launch, everything based on the data that you have with you. So I would say you need to keep focusing on the real-time data, monitor it, and then based on this, you have to start making decisions, and so that you can improve from where you are already.
Yeah. I would like to add a few more things here. So without data and insights, so we tend to use our assumptions and personal preference to into our business decisions. So with the right data and the proper tracking interval, so we can actually take insightful business decisions, which will take us leap forward towards our success. So without proper tool for tracking our insights and data, so it will be very difficult to take right decision at right time. So probably we might take some decisions which is not needed right now. Yeah. So we may need to concentrate in some places where immediate action is needed. So only data can help us with that. Yeah.
Right. And of course, on Amazon, I mean, there's just, when you're running an Amazon business, there's so much information and so much data available. First of all, Amazon provides a lot of data, but that's all like a mishmash. And it's just so difficult to navigate Seller Central and get all the reports and everything. And, with Quick Metrics, I think you've really smoothened that process and made the data more easily accessible and easy to analyze. We'll talk about that in a bit. But what are some of the things that you think Amazon sellers should focus on in terms of data? Like what are some of the top metrics, for example, that they must track?
Yeah. We can split this question in multiple parts. So for example, so as a seller, they have to concentrate on multiple areas. The first one is the sales area, where they should start from picking the right product. And then they have to concentrate on the advertising part and then inventory part, and then they have to think about the performance, right? So there are multiple, as you said, there are multiple reports and insights already provided by Amazon is available in Seller Central, so which is not catered to individual sellers. So Amazon provided those insights for all the sellers, which is kind of SKU based or product based. So they don't know much about the seller's inventory or catalog structure, right? So all seller has to do is they have to download the report and use their own formula to get the insights from those areas. So probably they have to get the data from the multiple sources. The first one would be the Amazon Seller Central. The second one would be the Amazon Ads platform. They might have using some other tools for some other purpose. So they have to download all those data from different platforms and put together and get the insights for all these departments: sales, advertising, inventory. So when we talk about the sales, so they have to keep track of what is their yesterday's sales or last 7 day sales, last 30-day sales, and what was their top selling product, underselling product, revenue, and then profit margin and everything. So when we talk about the sales, returns is also equally important, because Amazon, so when for sellers who are selling on FBA, Amazon charging separate fees for managing the returns and refunds. So seller has to concentrate on returns parts also. Some metrics related to returns, like what are the top returned SKU in last 7 days or last 30 days. So when seller came to know about these things, so they can really work on those products to reduce the returns, so which will eventually increase their revenue as well as reduce the Amazon fees related costs, right? So these are the sales and return side metrics. So in advertising, they have to concentrate on how much they are spending and how much they are making in revenue. So for that, we have few metrics like ACOS, total ACOS, and some other keyword performance out there. So they can concentrate on those areas to optimize their campaign to get the maximum out of the spending. And third area is the inventory. So inventory, they have to maintain few things, like, so they should not take all their products to their Amazon warehouse, so which will lead to the overcosting or over storage fee. At the same time, they should not make any delay in getting the product to the Amazon warehouse, which will lead to the out of stock situation. So for that, they have to understand the sales forecast, right? So based on the past sales trends, they should have some mechanism or tools to understand the future sales forecast for any particular product, collection, or design, so that they can plan their production in advance and shipment, and then they can take the products to the Amazon warehouse at right time. So they have to concentrate metrics on all these areas to be a successful seller on Amazon. Kamal, would you like to add anything?
Yeah, so Karthik has put the point very elegantly. So I would add that there is the comparison between your previous period of the same period. Like, for example, if you're checking for this month, you need to check what was your sales last year, the same month, because Amazon is a season-based platform where you would get different sales in different seasons. So you cannot compare the sale of month of August and September straight away, but you can compare it with the month of September last year. Of course, COVID was a different situation, but in general, you need to all the KPIs that Karthik was touching upon. You need to not just check what is happening now. You need to check what is your growth, or whether you are growing or not from your previous period of the same time last year or last week, whatever your time period, your KPI is related to.
Right. And I also think that when talking to sellers, I feel that inventory management is such a big challenge that always, sellers are kind of struggling with. And as you said, Karthik, like once they're in the out of stock situation, then it's really difficult to rank, once they're back in stock. So you mentioned a few tips on inventory, but what sort of advice do you have for sellers in terms of managing inventory?
Yeah, so you mentioned that you're not interested in data, but I would focus on data again and again here.
Yes, you have to.
In general, data is very important, but when it comes to inventory, definitely data is much important, because people tend to avoid or underrate data or analytics. Maybe it is little complex, or maybe you need some extra effort to put all your data into a sheet or into a format and analyze it. But that extra effort is the difference between success and failure, I would say. So a lot of inventory based metrics, like what is your order rate, how many returns have happened, all these are important. When you start measuring it, then you start applying corrective measures to improve them, and that is how you become a success. So for example, a badly planned inventory can put you down, right? Because it has got a carrying cost, right? So if you have planned inventory badly, for example, if you have accumulated too much of inventory, you not only incur the cost of manufacturing or sourcing, you incur the cost of storing them, managing them. If you're putting them into FBA, then you have to pay fees for Amazon. So all these can cost you without any sale at all. You will keep incurring money even without making any sale. So you need to track the cost associated with it. With respect to inventory, the important parameters I would say is, you need to know what is selling, what is not selling, how much you are probably going to sell, and try to find the optimal inventory for you. And the more you are closer to the optimal inventory, the better for you. So you need to identify the right optimal inventory, track the cost associated with all these things, and keep them as low as possible. So this is the way you need to manage probably lean inventory, I would say. Karthik, anything to add here?
Yeah. So we can take like this. Basically, sellers on Amazon probably selling on who are selling an FBA, so they have to be very conscious on planning this inventory, because Amazon will charge them separately for long-term storage fee and the monthly storage fee. So for sellers who are keeping their products in their Amazon warehouse for a long time, they have to pay extra charge for that. So with proper tools and process in place to ensure keeping the optimal inventory will help them reducing those costs. So again, this can be done manually when they have the low product catalogs or number of products. So when they try to scale the business to across marketplace in Amazon or other channels apart from Amazon, so they have to use some proper inventory management tool to track all the stocks in all different warehouses to get to know what was their or what is the current stocks count in each place, so that they can plan their future shipping and production accordingly to reduce these kind of unwanted long-term storage fees. Yeah.
Right, makes sense. So also, Q4 is coming up pretty soon. So do you have any advice for sellers as they prepare for Q4 sales, and like any insights and how to use data, for example, to prepare for Q4, or any other advice for Q4?
Yeah. So Q4 is usually the busiest one for most of the sellers. So some of them have Q4 sales figure bigger than sales of other 3 quarters put together. So since this is the busiest period, so they have to check the trends, KPIs, and insights of the previous quarters also to understand what is selling and what is their recent trends on different products, collections, or design, so that they can clearly understand what is selling. So what product I have to concentrate, or what product I have to take to the Amazon warehouse. So these kind of decisions can be done only with having the right data and insights in place. So this helps them in making the right data-driven decisions. So before this Q4 starts, they have to analyze their previous year Q4 sales as well as the current year previous Q sales. So this will help them to understand their current trends in the different products. So they can plan their inventories or stocks level based on this recent metrics.
Yeah. So when we are talking about this, the upcoming quarter, which is the busiest quarter, I would like to add that you're going to have more orders usually in this upcoming quarter. So more orders means you will have more issues, right? So more issues means you will have a lot of things coming at you. So you should be wise to choose what is the area in which you're going to concentrate. Like you will have too many information coming at you, including both important and unimportant things. So you need to be wise enough to know that I need to concentrate on these things and not worry about these things. So probably you need to have a mechanism of alerts, probably buffer zones beyond which you need to attend them. So you need to have a process. You cannot go and keep on following the sales every day. You need to have a system where you will be alerted when something goes wrong. So you need to have a KPI defined and the buffer defined for that KPI. And when it goes above or beyond the KPI, you need to be alerted. So this system should be in place for you so that during the busiest time, your time is spent on the most important things. So one of the examples I would say is returns is one of the most important things, right? So how many sales you make, it is of no use if it keeps on returning, right? So you need to be aware that how much your return is. For example, if your return in the previous quarter or in the previous year is of X percentage, you need to keep on tracking. You need to have a system where if it goes beyond the returns you had in the previous year or previous quarters, then something is going wrong there and your attention should be going there. So these are the ways in which you need to have systems in place where you will know from alerts that this is where you need to spend, concentrate on, rather than just looking into all the things, because there is too much of data, as you said, and you might end up spending time in unimportant areas.
Right. That is great advice. So let's also talk about quick metrics now. So can you tell us about quick metrics and how does it really help sellers?
Yeah. So quick metrics is a business intelligence and analytics tool designed exclusively for Amazon sellers. So it is a cloud-based SaaS-based cloud application which can be accessed anywhere. So it helps Amazon sellers to take right decisions at the right time with proper insights, KPIs, reports, and everything. So as Kamal said, so we do have real-time alerts module, so which will help sellers to keep them posted about their recent business trends, so that they can take the right insightful decision at the right time. So, so quick metrics empowers Amazon sellers to take analytics and insightful decision, so that they can take the right decision with proper data in hand. So they won't be using their assumption or preference in when taking any business decisions, so which probably might not be right at all the time. So by having all the data in single all-in-one tool, so they can analyze the performance and trends of all the areas in business. As I said, sales, returns, inventory, and everything. So we have the data for all these areas in a single tool, so that they can take the next business decision with the right data in hand. So this is the ultimate goal of our Quick Metrics. So we are empowering sellers with right information at right time.
Right.
And adding to what Karthik has been saying, Karthik has mentioned that it is exclusively for Amazon sellers, but there are plans to include other channels also in future, so that if someone is selling in multiple channels, they could have data of all channels put together in one platform, which will be very handy for sellers.
Right. Now, there are a lot of tools out there for Amazon sellers, like, they've been there for quite some while. So, but how do you think Quick Metrics is different, and why should sellers consider using Quick Metrics instead of any of the other tools that are available?
Yes, as you said, there are a lot of tools for Amazon. However, there are not a lot of all-in-one tools. You
Okay.
will have a tool for probably sales. You will have a tool for financials. You will have a tool for probably reimbursements. So an Amazon seller has to end up buying all of them. Even if they end up buying all of them, they will not have all the data in one place. They have to use different tools for different purposes. Sometimes you will not have the base to make a decision with all the information at one place. So that is where Quick Metrics is different from all the other tools. What we are trying to do is we are trying to bring in all your data into one particular place, right? Starting from sales, your financials, your returns, your trends. Even we are going to have predictions so that you can plan your inventory. So a lot of areas are there for Amazon seller, and it would be nice for an Amazon seller to just log in into one tool and have access for all the information, and so that they can take the decision right away. So that is one of the important difference between all the other tools in the market and us. And obviously, Quick Metrics is very affordable, I would say. You will end up paying what you will pay Quick Metrics for each tool separately, whereas you will pay the same amount just for Quick Metrics, but you will get all the features in just one all-in-one tool. So obviously, it's a good trade-off.
Yeah. So that is another important factor when choosing this kind of tools. So that is the support that we get from the team. So sellers might be facing some issue while using tools for their different purposes. So they should get the right help at the right time, so that they can actually get the value from the tool. So Quick Metrics, so we have a well-defined process in place for Amazon's sellers and users who can create a support ticket with a single click of a button, so that they can get in touch with our engineering team, so that our team will on the right way to help them whenever needed.
Right.
So we hear these kind of issues from our new users who came from different tools. They say that so they faced a lot of issues with the support team and the data accuracy, something like that. So when they raise support ticket to them, so they are not getting proper response from the team. So it's taking delay from their side. So that's it affecting the seller's business to take the decisions. So we learned these things from our customers, and we already have a proper process in place to address these things as soon as possible, so the sellers can actually use the tool and get most out of it.
Yeah. And I also think the category tree feature, that is quite unique. I don't think I've seen that in any other tool. Can you explain that a little bit more?
Yeah, Kamal?
Yeah, Karthik, go ahead, please. Yeah,
right. Okay, so category tree, we came with this idea when we actually when we discussed with one of our sellers. They mentioned that they can easily get the insights, metrics, and other details when they have the less number of products, or when they focus on one or two products. So it was very difficult for them to get the same detail for collection of products. For example, so any seller can easily say what was the sales of product A in one particular month. So they can easily get the data from Amazon, or they can refer their um, uh, local data, so that they can clearly get that when they talk about the single data. So it will be very difficult when they have the large catalog and product across different collections, designs, or materials, something like that. So what category solve here is, so it helps to take the or get the insights based on the custom categorization manner. So or custom categorization, whichever is helpful for the seller. For example, so a seller can create a category with top level as brand, and inside that brand they can have the multiple departments or collections. So inside the collection they can have multiple nodes where they can name it whatever they want, and then they can finally map a number of SKUs to it, so that if they want to take insight and reports for any particular node in that category tree, it will give collection of SKUs data. For example, if I want to see what was my floral design sales in last month, so they can simply go to that particular node in the category tree, they can get that insight. Again, they can compare that insight with the different designs or collection or whatever it may be. So this is the main goal of the quick metrics, category tree in quick metrics. So they can get the reports and insights in higher level. So they no need to go and dig deep inside product level or SKU level details. So they can simply do one-time setup to map all these products in some way in a tree structure, so that they can get the report across collection and designs or however they want. So we also provide tags functionality also. So tags is, as you know, so tag is a completely customized one. So they can add tag at different level in the category. They can add it to any node or SKU. So if they want to get what is my red color product sales in last month with this particular size. So they can mix and match all these tags and get the insights however they want.
Right. That
Yeah.
sounds
So
very
to add to
interesting. Yeah, very useful.
to add to what Karthik was saying, the problem with Amazon's report or Amazon sales is Amazon treats every individual SKU as a product, whereas our sellers will not have it that way. They will have probably 4 or 5 SKUs from the same product, just because it is a different design or a different size or a different color. So, for example, if somebody is selling a shirt, they might have a shirt in different colors, different sizes, in different material or something like that. It is very hard to get the report of what is your total shirt sales. What is your total sales of white shirts across designs. So these kind of things is what the problem with the sellers we identified. So what we thought is we will allow them to create their own tree, where they can use, they can map, they can group SKUs into a particular collection or a product, and they can keep on grouping it for probably 10 to 15 levels. And we are going to provide them, once they map it, we are going to provide them reports based on all the category level they have created. So that is going to be very handy for them. Like, for example, they could have winter collection, they could have summer collection, or they could have material based. If somebody is selling furnitures, they could have wooden furniture, they could have plastic furnitures. So in wooden furniture, they could have a lot of products. In plastic, they could have a lot of products. But what is my wooden sales versus plastic sales? You will not be able to get it. So this tree allows you to group them, and we can provide reports based on this grouping. So that is the main advantage of category tree.
Right, right. That's very, very useful. Any other reports or any other data that you want to highlight that quick metrics really, benefits users?
Yeah. So here I want to talk about the dashboard. So as I said, so we have different areas to focus when we talk about the insights and reports. So in Quickment is we have a dashboard. It's a real-time dashboard where you will be getting the details about all those departments. So from starting from sales, returns, inventory, sales prediction. So everything we have in the single dashboard. So it will be updated in real time. So you can easily get what is your top selling product in any particular time, or you can get the financial split up of any product. For example, if you sold if you got the sale of 100 units in any product, so you will get to know what was the revenue, and you can easily get the estimated profit by reducing Amazon fees, COGS, expenses. So if you do any offline expenses, you can directly add it to the Quick Metrics as a one-time expense or recurring expense that will be managed automatically for you in Quick. So we will consider all those things when we calculate the estimated net profit. So we do support Amazon advertising module, so where you can link your advertising account with Quick. So it will automatically reduce those ad spend amount from the revenue, so that estimated net profit and profit margin will be calculated accordingly. So all these things we have in dashboard. So as I said, so since we have the most important metrics in the dashboard, we do have option to add or remove any insights that is not needed for any sellers. So they can easily change the layout of the dashboard and get the most out of that in however they want. So this is one area, and we do have different features like profit and loss, so where they can get all the details in a now exact number format. So they can easily export and use it somewhere in their existing system, like any analytics data visualization tools like Power BI, Tableau, or something like that. So they can easily take data from Quick Metrics and import in their respective tool, and they can do some customization to get the insights, next level insights. Also, we have all marketplace section in our dashboard. So for sellers who are selling on multiple marketplaces, they can integrate all their marketplaces with Quick Metrics. So we'll be syncing with respective Amazon Seller Central to download all their data automatically as soon as possible. So they can get to know the sales and trends across marketplace with the previous time period or any custom time period comparison, so that they can easily understand. So these are the marketplaces I'm selling, and this is the top selling marketplace. So by having all these details in single place, they can easily take the business decision at right time. So when I say business decision at right time, so we do have business alerts module. So where sellers can configure the custom notification criteria. For example, if someone want to get notified when the returns of any particular product crossed the threshold level, any threshold level, they can create a notification criteria for that. So whenever that notification criteria met, that seller will be notified on time. So they'll be notified in via email, mobile app notification, and a web app notification, so that they can take the actions at right time. So these are all the features that we have in Quick Metrics. So I just named a few. So as Kamal said, if someone want to use business alerts or financial splitter, there are multiple products available separately for each modules. Whereas in Quick Metrics, we have all those modules in one app with the affordable price.
Right. And do you think Quick Metrics is mostly for bigger sellers, or even is it also for new sellers who are just starting out and maybe they just have a couple of SKUs?
Yeah.
Yes, Karthik, you go ahead.
Yeah, so we have developed Quick Metrics by having all type of sellers in mind. So for sellers who just get started in Amazon, can use our tool for free. And for the sellers who are already having good enough sales in Amazon Marketplace, they can use Quick Metrics without any issue, because we designed our application in such a way. So sellers with the low volume sales, as well as sellers who are having high volume sales, can use our tools. So the only thing is, we have some restrictions in pricing based on the orders, nothing else. So sellers who are having less number of orders, will have the same amount of modules for that particular login. Sellers who are having a large volume of sales also having the same modules and features, everything, but the pricing range will differ based on the number of orders. So there is no restriction based on volume of sales. So it will handle seamlessly for all type of sellers in market.
Yeah. So to add to what Karthik has said, I would say scalable is the important key term I would use here. So Quick Metrics is very much scalable. It's been built in a scalable way, where even if you have multiple people logging in, or multiple people started using Quick Metrics, even if they are very large volume, it has been built in such a way that it is very much scalable. So it can handle orders of large volumes without any issue. So since you asked about who needs Quick Metrics, whether it is small sellers or big sellers, I would also say that even within a company or a brand which is selling on Amazon, they might need this Quick Metrics for different kind of users inside the same company. For example, there could be a marketing team, there could be a product team, there could be a design team, there could be a sales team or a finance team. So it's not like, so Quick Metrics is for small sellers, big sellers, any kind of sellers. And even in one particular seller, if there are different types of users, even we have devised reports for different types of users of even particular one seller. So it's for everyone who is into Amazon selling, I would say.
Very cool. And what about pricing? So at what level do pricing plans start?
Yeah, so Karthik has already touched upon it. Like we have a free plan for small scale sellers who have less than 300 orders per month. So we feel that they are too small to start paying. So we have this plan for free, so that that will be our support for them to start growing, start selling more, and grow in Amazon. So once they cross 300 orders per month, they have to choose one of our pricing plans. So we have 4 pricing plans. So the first plan is standard plan at USD20 per month. So that is for orders between 300 orders per month to 3,000 orders per month. So the next plan would be professional plan at USD28 per month. That is for sellers from 3,000 orders to 6,000 orders per month. And the third plan would be business plan. That would be at USD36 per month. That is for sellers from 6,000 orders to 15,000 orders per month. And the fourth plan is the enterprise plan, which is USD60 per month, which is for sellers above 15,000 orders and up to 60,000 orders per month. Okay. So you can visit our website for more details, where there is a pricing page where we have a table of all the plans, and as Karthik said, all the features that are included in each plan and what is the limit of orders for each plan is mentioned here. And there could be some sellers for whom the already devised plans might not work. So we have custom plan that can be done for sellers who don't fit into any of these plans. They can reach out to us and we will be glad to help them.
Yeah. So I would like to add one more point here. So there could also be agencies who are handling accounts for multiple sellers. So we have some kind of custom pricing plan for them, so they can contact us. So using the chatbot available in our website, so that they can discuss their business flow and everything, so that we can help them with choosing the right plan for them. We have option called linking multiple Amazon account with a single Quick Metrics account. So for someone who is handling a number of Amazon account, so they can create a single Quick Metrics account. Inside that, they can link all the Amazon accounts. So they no need to create the multiple Quick Metrics account for this. So one single Quick Metrics account can handle all the sellers accounts. So based on these criteria, we can customize the pricing plan for agencies and consultants.
Amazing. It sounds like a very, competitive tool, very, very useful. And the pricing is very competitive. That's for sure, compared to other tools that are out there. So guys, check this out. It's Quick Metrics, KWICK. METRICS. This is for you guys who are listening to the podcast and not on the video. It's quick, KWICK, not QUICK. So quick with a K. Amazing, amazing. And of course, both of you are also going to be at our upcoming Ecom India Summit in just a few weeks. In fact, less than 2 weeks now, October 10th and 11th in Rose Hotel, Nehru Place. We're hosting a 2-day conference come expo for Amazon sellers, exporters, manufacturers who want to sell online globally. And Quick Metrics is an exhibitor there. They're going to be showcasing their tool, and they're also going to be presenting about data. So how excited are you guys about Ecom India Summit?
Yeah, very much excited, Megla. So it's been we are eagerly waiting to meet sellers, talk to them, get their feedback. Probably we are preparing a lot of insights that we have to give to them during the presentations. Help them with whatever we can, and looking forward to meet you two in person.
Yes, absolutely. So everybody listening, you can get more details about this event at ecomindiasummit.com, and you can register at the website. Come join us. It's a 2-day event. We've got over 18 speakers. There are lots of speakers also coming from the US, UK, Australia to give presentations. We've got about 20 service providers over there as well. And there's going to be a lot of networking. I think at conferences, one of the most important benefits that attendees have is networking with other sellers, with experts, and to exchange notes and learning from each other. So we've got plenty of opportunities to network with speakers and service providers as well. So check it out at ecomindiasummit.com. Well, Kamal and Karthik, thank you so much for your time today. It was a very interesting topic. Not something that excites me a lot, but I know it is super, super important. I mean, data is extremely important for Amazon sellers to, ensure that their business is profitable. And I'm sure Quick Metrics, helps them achieve success in their business. So thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you, Megla. Thanks for having us here in the podcast, and very nice talking to you, and looking forward to meeting.
Right. Same here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.